Good day, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about pressure sensors and how to take a remote signal and put it on a pressure sensor. On the left here, with the circle and a little diagonal nose on it, is a CO2 VOC sensor. We want that to be in free air. On the right, the diagonal device with a hole in the center is an absolute pressure sensor. This works fine as a barometer. However, if we want to measure a remote pressure signal, we need to encapsulate that component. It is set off from the other components a little ways so that we can put a bell housing over it. And we'll get started with that. The absolute pressure sensor can measure hectopascals to 1/100th of a hectopascal. You got to do some data smoothing on it. However, that's an incredible amount of resolution. To show off my microscope and to practice with my microscope, I made these little caps for squeeze bottles. These are made from TPU. TPU is a flexible filament, and it takes quite a bit of force to squeeze this. However, it doesn't break and it always bounces back. And that's the characteristic of TPU, where certain parts I print have to be made from this material because I can count on it. It's resilient, it won't break, and it will give with the punches. And I just thought a nice array of things under the microscope were fun to look at. This is the bell housing I designed in Fusion 360. It's about 11 millimeters by 11 millimeters. I'm going to put glue on this surface you're looking at now, and the tangle of filament will make sure the hose doesn't go too far into the device. It will fit right over this sensor on the right, and you can see my reflection in the solder bead on the top, working on getting that position, that bell housing in position. All right. So I have a little bit of glue on it, and you'll notice that I get it a little bit high on position, and it's on that solder bead. This does not work. I don't figure it out till a little bit later, but it's stuck on there good enough. And then I have to move the board and sort it out. It never goes as smooth as you want it when you're recording. All right, next I'm going to bring in the hose. The hose is a 4 millimeter silicone hose, and it fits pretty good into this port. So that's a nice test fit. I'm going to put some hot glue on it, and I'll stick it back in there, and then it'll be one part. Give a little twist to spread the glue around, let that cool down, and that is a nice solid fitting. It doesn't need to be airtight, it just needs to be air snug. All right, so this is the point in the video where I figure out that I just don't have a good bond to the board, and I move the thing around and it pops loose, and it's like, oh man, right when everybody was watching. So I remove it, I put a better dab of glue on, and I position it a little lower on the board so that it doesn't get propped up by that solder bead. Now this doesn't have to be airtight, you just need to bring the pressure signal into this point, and then the pressure sensor will read it. All right, I think I got it bonded on there good. I've got one more view of the board so that you can kind of see how it looks from a wider angle, different camera. All right, I'm putting the SD card onto the board. There is the bell housing in position with the hose. I thank you for watching. Have a good day. Smokeless Chimney, warm homes and clean air for everyone. www.smokelesschimney.com